Welcome, beloved Sangha, to our Jewel Ornament of Liberation series with our Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We'll begin today in the Yellow Garchen Buddhist Institute prayer book with opening prayers on page 4 and 5. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Tangwe doje jajere zondo shinja mada doja bonjan ba surja lombo dabra jibega shakji jirbe jando ngoja za dorjin janje de lo naro tang maba mala chije gambo ba pamo droba jaban dragomba Kaju lama nanje da jon je dananda na zera tamje do lama laba la ye ji so so la zon yon den jam zo nga la wa din de don jin de ba ge le zo da ge lo ji zon do war zin ja lab do zo che lam dan do war zin ja lab do lam dro wa ze war zin ja lab do zo dro wa yi ji zon ja war zin ja lab do zo Gange den jeng war jo ga ba me ba je ba me ba ta me ba wa me ban ro da de do me don je me zhu ban je je den ba zo ba zan je ma nan je dan ba de la zan zo de zhen je zo ba la ma je je go zon do je zhen la da da ge je la ba da ge den ba da zhen je je don la bo je ro ba zhen je la do so Many Trashidala Dharma brothers and sisters. In the Uttara Tantara, it says, because Buddha's body provides all, because suchness is without differentiation, and because they possess the potential, every living being at all times has Buddha nature. So we all have Buddha nature. If we did not have Buddha nature, then we wouldn't have reason to practice Dharma, because it wouldn't have any benefit. But we have Buddha nature, so to attain that state, we are practicing Dharma. So first we have to recognize that we have Buddha nature. If we cannot realize that directly, we need strong faith or belief that we have Buddha nature. then our desire is to develop step by step to attain that state. As we develop that wish, then we start to come to practice for attaining Buddhahood. What is the principal ground of practicing the Dharma? It is to train our minds. The best methods to train our minds are listening the Lamrim, like your ornament, and practicing the preliminaries. Because listening to Lamrim changes your mind step by step. You start to see that samsaric activities have no essence. If you cannot stop all of your samsaric activities, you will at least gain renunciation of samsara. However, if someone asks you, do you prefer samsara or nirvana? Undoubtedly, you will answer nirvana. And the answer comes not only from your mouth, but from deep in your mind. Even if you do not have like this experience, you will become a very good person through training in Lamrim teachings. There are different kinds of pechas, books in the Gelogpa, Jetsongkapa, Khenpo has Lamrim, and Nyingma Pa or Nyingma tradition, there are my words of my perfect teacher. And then Kajuba has this jewel ornament. And then Satyapa has Lamde and so forth. So this is because you will perform samsaric actions through understanding the path of karma, cause and effect. And always witness karma, cause and effect in your own mind and before you start to act. So if you meet with some opportunities to act wrongfully, you will never take the chance. So your actions never become a cause of harm to others. And in society, you become a beneficial person. Because the Lamrim gives us path instructions about impermanence. So it reduces our craving and many problems. Both of ourselves and others are created by excessive craving. In this world, many difficulties occur through people's actions. Another name we use for this is negative karma. no one needs problems. So people try to solve their problems, but only after something happens. Yet, in the Lamrim teachings, there are path instructions on how to avoid and cause of problems. Avoid the cause of problems. So if we practice on these, then we do not need to spend our precious time to solve these problems. So Lamrim teaching is of great benefit to our societies. In brief, practicing karma, cause and effect, means avoiding the cause of all problems in this life and next lives. Then kind people and warmth of heart are our favorite things. They all come from the training in Lamrim teachings. And then Hundo or preliminary practitioners, they have an amazing courage to accept their faults from previous lives. In addition, they purify their non-virtues. In ordinary words, they apologize to the Buddhas, Yidams, Gurus. They voluntarily make themselves great people through their practice. Nowadays, we cannot solve many problems because many people, they cannot accept their faults. In short, these practitioners purify their non-virtues of body, speech, and mind, and self-liberate. So I especially appreciate the Ngondro practitioners and the Lamrim practitioners because they are authentic practitioners and they are honestly practicing the Dharma. Especially they build a stable pillar of Dharma in their minds. So there is no more doubt that might reject perfect view of karma. In their minds are like a mirror. If their minds are like a mirror, they make it clean, so it is very clean and clear. So Yidam deities and Buddhas are always ready to appear in their minds. When Buddhas, Yidams appear in their minds, they are really Buddhas and real Yidams. No matter wherever you are or who are you. So if your mind is clear and pure, Buddhas and Yidams and Three Jewels and Three Roots always with you, and they always bless you. So, for example, Milarepa stayed in a very remote place, and there came one woman who was his sponsor. She asked Milarepa, "You have many students and many sponsors." It seems that after Milarepa became enlightened. Then she said, but still you stay in a remote place alone. So do you have any friends in this remote place? Then Milarepa said, I have 21 friends here. And he sang this song. I have 21 good friends to stay with me in this solitary place. Guru, Yidam, and Dakinis are my good friends of supplication. If there were not Guru, Yidam, Dakinis, Milarepa may not supplicate that to them. But they were. So Milarepa supplicated. And then Milarepa said, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are my good friends to take refuge in. So, as I mentioned earlier, if your mind is clear, Buddha is there, Dharma is there, Sangha is there. And then they always protect you. Then Milarepa sang the sutras, Vajrayana, and other commentaries are my good friends for study. Channels, winds, and bindus are my good friends to practice the path of methods. Pure perception, devotion, and compassion are my good friends to attain enlightenment. Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma protectors are my good friends to remove obstacles. So, Milarepa's mind is always pure, and Milarepa's mind was probably pure and clear. So these 21 friends always with him. So they are voluntarily or spontaneously help him. So in brief, we have the Buddha nature. This Buddha nature covered by temporary obscurations. All the problems, all the sufferings come from temporary obscuration. So through Lamrim practice and Mundo practice, we try to remove these obscurations. That's where we try to remove the obscurations, and then sufferings and obstacles are daydream. If we supplicate, may I have sufferings, they never been there. Okay, so then today our teaching series is a part of the sixth part, the karma and its effects. Okay. Yeah, we often say karma. So karma has only two. There are no more karmas. karma of virtues and karma of non-virtues. If you purify karma of non-virtues, and then you will not have suffering. Like Shakyamuni Buddha, like Milarepa and other these masters of Kaju lineages, Gilo lineages, Saja lineages, Nyingma lineages, and all other traditions of great Bodhisattvas. Then you have this book, so please you open the jewel ornament. And if you don't have, it doesn't matter. I read carefully. Sometimes you listen my this when I reading this. I think you will enjoy it because I how to say, my pronunciation is funny. I'm funny and I say funny things, so I think you are fine. If you wonder that what caused the sufferings described above, understanding them to arise from tainted karma actions. The 100 stories about karma says of this. Actions are of various kinds. Those actions have created beings in all their variety. Okay. The White Lotus of Great Compassion Sutra says, the worlds have been made by actions. Their manifestation is due to actions. Sentient beings have been created by actions and have sprung from actions. Through action arises all their different types. Now I quote from Buddha's Sutra. So our Dharma practitioners, we directly trust it because Buddha said that. Yeah, that is wonderful. But it does not enough only trust that. It does not enough means what is our main purpose? Our main purpose is we are going to purify our suffering. Of course, we are going to purify other beings' suffering. At the same time, we are going to purify our suffering. But right now, if we are suffering, just right now, we are suffering, we are going to reduce it. Oh, Buddha said this suffering comes from karma. It helps us. But it's no more help. Which means this suffering still hurts to our body or mind, body or emotion or mind, yeah. But we are suffering, and then Buddha said that, so we trust in there. And then Buddha said, okay, in the Lotus Sutra, world have been made by actions. Their manifestation is due to actions. Sentient beings have been created by actions and have sprung from actions. Through action arises all their different types. So how to make that karma? How to make this karma? When we make karma, there are many cause or conditions. For example, if I am start to make one negative karma through my speech, first, perhaps I need anger emotion. And then I need my mouth to say it. And then I need a subject or object, third person. I have to tell or say to that person harsh words. So at least there are three things getting together, yeah. So then that's where when we understand the karma, we have to know how establish that karma. Then our trust or belief confidently arise from our mind. And then these understanding of karma is very powerful. Very powerful means this kind of arrow of this understanding directly shoot on the target of the problems. It could, how to say, destroy or crash. So we are going to reflect. Reflect. Perhaps you think, reflect on karma cause and effect, especially the karma, how they establish it wastes our time. Perhaps you may think like that. If it wastes your time, it's good. Our ordinary thoughts are like flies, the small flies, or small dirt. It's non-stop, but we are quite hard to understand that. So we single-pointedly reflected on this karma cause and effect. For example, this morning I wake up and I think, I'm going to shower. And then at that time, how arises egoistic mind. Whenever you have thinking of I, actually this is also samsaric object, part of samsara. Just recently I heard that ego is not amigo. Amigo is maybe friends, yeah? People say that it's quite funny. So ego means I. Whenever we have I, then it does not help us. Friend means, what is the meaning of friend? Friend means someone help to you through their hands or through their speak or in different ways. Friend means, yeah. So whenever I arises in the mind, and then it start to bring some problems. Okay, then the treasury of higher knowledge says, the various words were generated by actions, as same like before, yeah. If you wonder what exactly karma is, know that it falls into two areas: mental activity and activity set in motion by thought. Yeah, actually, it's explained later clearly, but how we create karma. First, we motivate, we think, and then through body and speech, we act through body and our speech. The compendium of higher knowledge says of this: what is karma? It is mental activity itself and mentally motivated action. Yeah. The treasure of higher knowledge says, karma is intention and what is done because of that. Yeah, they are same. Says same thing. Furthermore, in the fundamental verse on the middle way, it says, the supreme sage, nowadays we say Buddha, yeah, has taught that karma means mental activity and that which is done because of thought. You may wonder what these two actually are. Mental activity means the actions of mind. What which is done means whatever physical and verbal activity has been intended and provocate by mind. The treasury of higher knowledge says intention is mental activity. What is generates is physical and verbal activity. The following, okay, so this actually introduced karma. This Mother Earth and this human realm is created by our karma, our collective karma. So that's where we see same thing, we experience same thing. But specifically, or how to say, the particularly, there are different things, like someone likes cold water, someone likes hot water, kind of these things are related individual karma. So karma has a collective karma and individual karma. So this realm is created by collective karma, and so that there are great news. I think this could be news that we can make pure land this Mother Earth if we change our actions. We do not need to change this Mother Earth, but we are going to change our actions. So pure lines means pure lines are created by collective karma, so of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Perhaps you thought, do they have karma? Yes, in the ultimate level, they don't have karma, but from our side, yes, they have. Yeah. So, for example, Marpa, Malarepa, and Rechongpa, they went to some places, and then Malarepa sat in the horn. So Malarepa did not get small, and this yak's horn did not become bigger, but still he sat there. So which means Rechongpa saw that in the ultimate level there is no Malarepa, there is no yak's horn, even there is no Rechongpa, but Rechongpa saw like that. So similarly, we thought there is Buddha, there is Bodhisattvas and Pure Lines. That's where this is the perception of relative truth. in the relative truth, perception of relative truth, everything exists. But of course, rabbit's horn does not exist. Then these things, good or bad, all of these things exist. So that's where we are going to accept karma. When we recognize the ultimate truth, then it is beyond the exist or non-exist. It is not just like a rabbit's horn. It is not like a yak's horn. So if we will change means we are going to, now we understand, karma has two types. It's the mind and then body and verbal action. So that's where if we created or developed more loving kindness and bodhicittas and compassion and so forth, then first all human brothers and sisters, they will become our real brothers and sisters. And then after that, we can make more friends with these animals, domestic animals and wild animals. And then step by step, we can make friends with these other sentient beings like trees and mountains and so forth. So that's where they all become cause of beneficial. So, for example, in Tibet, there are many holy places. So this holy place means there is a mountain. Some are big, some are small, but people thought that they are holy places. And then people went there and circumambulated there. They recovered from many diseases. Otherwise, if we directly look at these mountains, there are no different. These holy mountains has no special color or special size or something like that. Just a mountain. There are some water or some trees and grass and so forth. In the summer, it becomes green. It's same like other mountains. In the winter, it becomes gray. It's same like other mountains. So then they also said that, oh, this is a holy place, so we don't want to destroy it. That's where they protect the environment. So this perception has that power. If you positive, this is a positive karma, because you think, and the action is through speech. You call it a holy place. This is the sweet word, And through body, action of a body, you do not destroy it. Even in the only summertime, we have a caterpillar. It's a very expensive, and many nomades people they earn money through this way. Only 1 year we have only 1 or half month. We can find these caterpillars there, but in some holy place have a lot of these caterpillars, but no any single person went there and collect there. There are lots of money on the mountain, but they never go there to collect. But then on the other hand, they say, oh, they thought some places are normal. Some mountains are just a normal mountain, and they went there and they dig and they've searched the caterpillars and they found it. So they don't circumambulate these mountains. That's where they did not thought that helps to recover from disease. So Good karma means like that. And then some place they thought, oh, there's ghost. This is a very serious place. There are lots of ghosts. Historically, there are ghosts or demons, and they always scared them. And someone went there and ride a horse, ride a horse, and sometimes a horse scared and jumped, and they fall from the horse. They said definitely there are ghosts. So they're looking how to say, they have negative thoughts towards that place. So it happened. So that's where lots of things are related to the mind. When we say everything related to mind, but that means, oh, everything related to karma. So we understand, yeah? Okay. After we understand the karma, yeah? And then which things we are going to adopt and what things we are going to reject. It mentioned in details. Let us see. The following synopsis outlines actions and the results they generate. Actions and their consequences are summed up through 6 points. Their categories, characteristics, ownership, apportionment, inflation, and ineluctability. Yes. Okay. First are its categories. 1. Non-virtuous actions and their effects. So in the Buddha Dharma, always it starts to talk about these sufferings and this part of why. Because Buddha himself, first he said, Dungar Shiparsha, that means you should recognize suffering. Perhaps we think we already recognize suffering, then how? Still we have to recognize it. But this is different, okay? We experience, but we don't know. Understand the suffering means where it comes from it, why it come up, how to say, occur, how. Do you understand? And then after we understood that, why and how and those things, and then we start to stop the cause of that suffering. Then everything become easy peasy. Otherwise, how many times we fight with these sufferings? There are cause of suffering. It's continuously occur, continuously experience suffering. That's where first it mentioned about that. Second, virtues, actions, and their effects. Yeah, so if we talk only the non-virtuous action and their effects, then it's kind of only kind of negative parts, yeah. But it tells some positive part, which is virtuous actions and their effects. Third, the action of unwavering karma and its effect. Okay. Unwavering, this part we will talk more later. However, according to the different realms, there are different karmas. Okay. In the hell realm and the almost lower hunger ghost realm, their karma is non-virtuous actions and their effects, kind of that. And over human realm and the God's realm, there are virtuous actions and their effects. but still it mixed. And then there's among some gods, there are particular gods realm. They have the action of unwavering karma and its effects. Why? Because they created different these karmas. So that's where the result happened there. The second point concerns the characteristics of these three non-virtuous actions and their effects. Although, generally speaking, there are very many sorts of non-virtuous actions. They can be summarized as the 10 non-virtues. Yeah. Three are physical, killing. Killing, if you kill a human being, result is jail. That we see everywhere people did that, and after they have to go to the jail. And then if you kill other animals intentionally, and it's directly reduce your life. So we all likes to live longer in this world. Why? Because we cultivated some good karmas. So that's why now we have some good karmas, the karmic result. That's where we attach them, this good karmic result, like our friends or family or other properties and so forth. That's when nowadays the healthy food, it's very popular, yeah? Everybody says that. So if we love to live longer, then we should protect others' life. But it will tell later. Here, if we kill other beings, then it's reduce our lifespan or life. And unintentionally, if you kill them, it also affect to your life. So that's why now we understand. Perhaps we think, long life means only related how I take care by myself. But this is not yet, not how to say. It is not correct. So longevity or long life, which means related to others. Even higher bodhisattvas and gurus and all of them, we pray for them for long life. So they are also related to, their life is also related to others, especially the sanghas, they keep samaya well, and then gurus live long. We say that, yeah? So that's where their life is also related to others. Same like our lives are related to others. And if we don't talk about the other beings, yeah? We talk about the other beings, means human being. We talk about the trees, for example. Trees give us oxygen. Now we can breathe in and breathe out. This is related elements. These elements stop the function. We cannot breathe in and breathe out. So everything is related to others. This is also priority understanding. When we accept a karma, we trust a karma, interdependence is extremely important. You have mind. If you like to walk, 2 legs are important. But if you have 2 or if you have 100 legs, if you don't have mind, it does not work. So interdependence means like that. Then 3 are physical stealing. Okay, stealing. Stealing. If we steal others' things, directly it affects to others. If one person has only $5, if you steal it, that person cannot buy chocolate. So directly you that affect to that person, but indirectly what happens is sooner or later you will lost your $5. If not like that, people call you thief, and then people cannot trust to you. And if you still, there are different types of stealings. Later we will talk. So it's related in different types. You have different sufferings. Okay. Then sexual misconduct. The sexual misconduct has lots of problems. It's related, different disease, and there are lots of problems occur in this world nowadays because of a sexual misconduct. So these are the 3. So you should respect the Dharma through logically. That's what I often think. Because we say don't kill others, don't steal other things, don't engage sexual misconduct. How many times? It's so difficult. If we follow each and every person's and we try to take care, it's so difficult. But in the Dharma says, if you do that, this is non-virtue, this is non-virtue, and they know it. If someone engaged, they start to reduce. This is also important. One time person happens, only one time one person engaged in the kind of these activities, and then you think this is totally negative. This is a misunderstanding. Because Malaria, he also engaged kind of these killing activities. But we should introduce, we tell, we teach, and then someone, if engaged before like these activities, they will reduce, they will stop, or they confess or purifies. And some never engaged about that. We tell often, and then it overtelling or teachings help to their mindfulness, arising their mindfulness. So then it prevents all these problems. They are not engaged the killing activities. They are not engaged. They were not engaged stealing and not engaged sexual misconduct. So how much we can help? Then it help our society too. That's why I said logically we should respect means that. We don't say you kill others. Yeah. If we say you kill others, then even if this is Dharma, we should stop to listen and should stop to practice. And we say, you steal these things, you steal that things. So we should stop, even if Dharma says that. But in the Dharma says, don't do. Don't steal, don't kill, don't engage in sexual misconduct, and so forth. So that's where this is very important in our society, really. Other part, if you don't know, like this Vajrayana or these other higher practices, it's okay first time. If you don't, you will not engage killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. You are your own protector. You are a great Dharma protector because you have a Buddha nature, so you are including the Dharma practitioner. So then you protect by yourself. That through this way, I say you are your own Dharma protector, great Mahakala. Okay. Three are mental, avarice. Okay. I think this covetousness, wrong view, malicious mind. These three, yeah. Each of these is itself treated through 3 points: its categories, its results, and some particular instance. We will talk later more. Killing has 3 categories: killing through desire and attachment, killing through anger and aversion. Yeah, it says very detailed. And killing through confused ignorance. Yeah. The first of these is to kill for the sake of meat, heads, and so forth. Yeah, bones, skins, that there are laws, yeah? So we don't want to kill for these things. And if we kill other animals for the sake of these things, then we know that the killing through desire or attachment. So through attachment and desire, you act something that we called non-virtuous, because the result is suffering. Second, the killing through anger and aversion. Yeah. The second is to murder those you feel aversion for on account of grudge or competition and the like. Yeah. Yes. All right. Yeah, we think these they are real my enemies or my grand parents' enemy or my friends' enemy, or for those reasons they kill others. These are killing through anger and aversion. The third is done in order to make offerings. in order to make offerings. So this is the killing through confused ignorance. The result of killing are also threefold. The repent result, corresponding to the cause, and the dominant result. The repent result is rebirth as a hell being. So hell is also part of suffering. Hell realm and hell beings means actually there are particular, they have a collective karma there, but after killed someone or and then this murder also get lots of sufferings, and someone may kill back or something like that. So then actually the repent result means the almost exactly that happened. The same thing happened. What the same like your action, and because you if some kill others, that these other beings or other people, they have lots of suffering. Yeah, these sufferings maybe don't want to explain because everybody knows they have scared or they have lots of sufferings, but so you make them hell. How to say? You make hell to them. So that's where then you experience same thing. And then the result corresponding to the cause is that even if you are reborn human, you will have a short life and many sickness. The dominant result is to be, these kind of things. When we heard that, oneself don't want to give up, but more trust in karma. The karma has quality. There are good quality. Karma, negative karma also has good quality, which is we can purify it. Because this is a temporary negative karma. But if you will not purify them, then this imprinting of this negative karma is very strong. It's remain very long, almost like a certain, very stable. So one should purify it. This is very true. Actually, some parents, they both parents are good health, and they have very good facilities, and their area has a very good hospitals, very good doctors, but someone dies since childhood. Yeah, someone dies in teenager and adult, so forth. So someone has every facilities, but other facilities, but they cannot alive. They cannot. These facilities cannot protect them because they created this karma. After they created their karmas, they did not purify them. So the dominant result is to be reborn in ill-fated and unattractive land. So everything is karma means that. Sometimes we think why unattractive we stay unattractive land I mean, in this world, actually, the Mother Earth is a one form, but it has different directions and different places has different things. Some places has a very good. Some places are really unattractive land. So why, if one likes to separate this unattractive line, but cannot, the reason is some karma remain to you, especially this dominant result. It's repent. It's happening. So that's why we have to trust in the karma. But there are more like not only for short life and sickness and so forth, also not only the unattractive land, it could be an unattractive home, unattractive friends, and so forth. The particular instance, the most heinous among all forms of killing is to kill in our heart, who is also your father. Yeah, there are different series when you cultivate kind of these killing activities. So among them, the highest or most heinous among all of forms of killing is killing the arhats, because arhat will attain enlightenment after this life. So if one cause them fall, then they cannot attain. So you destroy it. These days, many not only engage the killing, but many people destroyed each others. Someone going well on the path increase, and some destroyed. That is really actually how to say. So we, however, we ourselves created the negative karma, and this we ourselves created our university is unattractive university or university, yeah. University. University. Okay. Stealing has three categories: stealing by force, stealing by. Okay, first we talk a little about killing. We killing other beings through ignorance, which is actually here the example is for offering something, but not only of that. Okay, so we in the summertime, in spring, we are walk on the ground. Definitely, we stepped on the bugs and other animals. So we have no freedom. Best things we will not walk, but we don't have that freedom because we are going to work. If we are not work, we cannot eat. So if we cannot eat, we cannot alive. That's why we have to walk for working and so forth. But often confess, purify, especially recite mantras. Mani mantra is energetic mantra, blazingful mantra. So recite Mani mantra, Amitabha mantra, and so forth. So it benefits to them. And then stealing has three categories: stealing by force, stealing by stealth, and stealing through cheating or fraudulence. The first of these is to steal with needless violence. Okay. Yeah, this is very, very harmful. Yeah. It says the first of these is to steal with needless violence. Violence action is very, very dangerous. Sooner or later, the result will back to you. So that's where we should definitely stop, and we should understand this result of non-virtuous. And then the second is to steal unnoticed. Yeah, that the still means, generally we think still means that, yeah, the honors unnoticed. So now virtues has different layers, as virtues also has different layers. So now virtues that if you steal other things, they don't know, because you steal through still unnoticed. Yeah. So these days someone only focus for some wealth, only focus the wealth, but they cannot save or collect or found, because that means in the they stole from somewhere in previous lives or this life, so forth. And if they do not I mean, if the so some can collect some wealth, but this wealth does not remain with them. Sometimes it's something happened that, or sometimes it's lost, or sometimes some still these things. All they are related in previous karma. So you don't want to be upset that I'm very poor, I don't have, I lost my. It's a very related job too. So you some found job but easily lost, something like that. So that's where you should trust more karma, and then you cultivate merit. Merit is important things to gain the wealth, health, and then of course other realizations of Mahamudaras, and all of these things are related to the merits. Then the second is to steal unnoticed by burglary. burglary, and the like. And the third is to cheat through corrupt weights and measures. Yeah, this part we should be careful. It's very much related to all of us in different ways. I mean, not intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, it is very possible. So that's why we remember this. It's intentionally or unintentionally, it's occurred. So that's where we practice generosity. If you can practice generosity, like giving some food and clothes to the poor people, or some, and also offering to the jewels and so forth, then it reduces this karma. Of the three types of result, the repent result is a rebirth as hungry spirit. Hungry spirit. The result corresponding to the cause is that even if reborn human, you experience poverty. The dominant result is to be reborn in a place where there is much frost and hail. Yeah, some places have lots of that, so have to understand the result is that. Don't yelling the weather or some kind of these elements. Yelling. The yelled is okay. Yeah? Yelled or yelling. I yelled to the our negative karmas. So, yeah, the worst case of stealing, the most pernicious act is to take wealth belonging to your guru or to the three precious refuges. Why? Because these precious or the guru or this three precious refuge, these things are actually comes from very, very dangerous. Yes. I mean, people, for example, some people have problems. Maybe they are sick or they have some obstacles. So they have, or some died, the close one or so forth. So that's where they offer, that's where they offer for prayers, practices. So that's where they already, with these things, has a big hope. If someone die, may they rebirth in Pure Land. That's where they offer. Or someone has big obstacles. Even like some students, they have to, they have very big examinations. So they ask to pray. They have no more money, but they have little money and they send it and say prayer. They have a big hope. These things and big hopes mix together. So then the gurus particularly pray compassionately through these things. So that's where if we so it says that if one engage to steal these things, it's a very, very serious. And then it says dominant result is to be reborn in a place where there much frost and hail. Okay, sorry, actually that's already read, but kind of this is also related collective karma. So if we reduce those collective karmas, and then all the elements comes very well. Then this next I read, and then sexual misconduct has three categories: 6 proscribed by family ties, 6 proscribed by belonging to someone else, and 6 proscribed due to religious factors. The first of these is intercourse with parents, siblings, and so forth, blood relations. Yeah. So which this even in mundane way, these two people take care about that, take care. So then in the Dharma too. The second is intercourse with someone committed to another person or belonging to a monarch. Belong to monarch or actually this is real. We can experience it. If someone belong, their husband or wife, still is the third person come and still this is a so the cause of lots of problems. This we all heard like that. So that makes sufferings, obstacles. That's why it is non-virtue. The third includes 5 areas of improper intercourse because of organs involved, place, time, degree, or manners. Inappropriate organs refers to oral or anal intercourse. An inappropriate place is in the proximity of a guru, temple, stupa, or large gathering. In inappropriate time are those when life precepts are being observed during the pregnancy. Woman has the baby in her stomach, then it's not only mother's suffering, it's the baby also has lots of sufferings. It will tell us later. While the mother is breastfeeding or during daylight hours. Inappropriate degrees 5 or more times consecutively. In inappropriate forms of intercourse are likes of rape. This is dangerous things. Everywhere this action create lots of problems. So this is non-virtuous. This is illegal. This is a cause of suffering. So of the 3 types of result, the rapid result is rebirth as a hungry sprite. Hungry sprite, somebody rapes others, that means they are very much hungry with attachment. So that's result is occurred. Hungry sprite means, I think it's not only hungry with the food and something. They are hungry with the desire, attachment. Maybe 24/7 they thought about these things, this conduct, behavior. But they cannot find it. That's why they have lots of suffering. The corresponding result is that even if reborn human, your partner will be like a hateful enemy. Yeah. The dominant result is to be reborn in a very just land. So here, this is very important. If you have partner, your partner is like your enemy. So if you focus to your partner, and then you cannot devote or divorce, separate, but you stay together, and still your partner is like an enemy, and you have lots of suffering and something like that. So you should know that there. Number one, it is karma. Your partner is like your enemy because your partner is dishonest and did a lot of bad things to you, but you cannot separate with that. That's definitely karma. This is number one. You should accept karma, or this is a karma in previous lives. I engaged something, so it reduces this problem. I mean, you start to become patient. Yeah. And the second is you don't want to only focus to that person. As Shantideva said that, maybe you heard, if somebody hit you by a stick, like this stick, at that time you do not angry to that stick. We do not angry that stick, but we are angry that person, yeah, directly. So if that means you stepped one step, okay, you did a good job. You are not angry that stick, but you cross that stick and then stick, yeah, and you angry to that person. But then you go further, one step, that is that person's ignorance, angry emotion. So you should angry that person's angry emotion. You do dislike that person's angry emotion. You don't think that person is bad or something. And when you dislike that person's angry emotion, then how to challenge or how to purify or how to counter that angry emotion is number one, from your side, be patient. You should be as a just empty space. And then that person threw many stones of words and arrows of words, no matter, they just going there. So eventually that person see great quality to you, and then that person will respect to you. If that person will not like that, that person maybe become familiar like angry emotions, but you become great patience. So you become great equanimity practitioner, which means that person using harsh word or sweet words, you are same. So then if you are not being as like a target of this person's harsh word and so forth, and then these harsh words are not harsh words for you. So this is very important. When you practice this, number one, belief is important. Belief is like a view, small view. I use belief, but it's small view. View means decide, decision. So you decide that, oh, this is my karma. And then you start to think, okay, that harsh word you practice, like your partner use harsh word, or that person being as your enemy, but you be patient. That way you cultivate patience. You easily can cultivate your patience because you have a view. So then lying is of three types. Three types of The dominant result is to be reborn in a very dust land. Yeah, dust land. If you always have to stay in dust land, you have no freedom to separate that dust land. Same thing. You should be understand that is your karma, and then you should accept. Sometimes you accept is better than not accept, because if you are cannot accept, then you cannot be patient with this, and then their bothers are loud. Yeah. The worst case is the pernicious act of having intercourse with your own mother, who also happens to be in Arhat. It's same thing. She is almost ready to become Buddha and ready to go to the Pure Land, but you stopped it. That's where you destroyed it, and then that's same. It has a heavy negative karma. Lying is of three types: lies that are your undoing, big lies, and trivial lies. Trivial lies is the first of these are those of false gurus and involve pretense about spiritual accomplishment. Yeah, some maybe try to have become famous, and then they say have a lot of these powers or something like that. And then the second are lies told with the intention to benefit oneself or to harm others. The third are lies that are neither beneficial nor harmful. Okay. These are easy, but we be careful all of them because unreasonably we cultivate non-virtues. So we have no reason to cultivate non-virtues unreasonably. So especially the third are lies that are neither beneficial nor harmful. Yeah. And then the first is the serious part. So and then second is, of course, we should be careful all of them. Of the three types of result, the rapid result is rebirth as in animal. The corresponding result is that even if reborn human, you are denigrated by others. It's also happened. Yeah, many people, it's really an object of compassion. They themselves try to be very popular or something like that, but other people says lots of using criticized and so forth. So yeah, but it is their karma. The dominant result is to have a bad breath. Okay. The worst case is the pernicious act of lying to your guru when you have slandered in Tathagata. Decisive speech is of three types: vehement, insinuated, or via third parties. Okay. The first separates friends by direct slander. The second separates them through insinuations, made in their presence, and the third does so through rumors. So, actually, it's the result is a hell realm, hungry ghost realm, and the animals, something like that. But one thing, it says, don't use divisive speech, don't lie, don't kill, don't steal. So what do you think? So these, how much beneficial, it has how much benefit? Because our human society, if everybody kill each others, if everybody steal each others, raped, yeah, and all of these things occur in 24/7, how should we alive in this world? Nowadays, some places killed, some places has happened this raping situation. It's happened. We heard that. We think, oh, it's so suffering. That place is not good. They are not good. We think like that, yeah. So that's where we have to give some value of these teachings. I don't mean you should give me this value, but for me, we all same. We are going to cultivate virtues and develop all the behavior, character. We all equally, but I listened these teachings for many times, but how many times I listen and reflect on it becomes favorite. Really, I really kind of confidently or decisively think this is great medicine in our human society. We teach these things and it's directly benefit. Our human beings is sometimes a little funny. We always have a big hope. We think we have to see Yidams, we have to see Buddha. Number one, you should change your behavior character. If you don't change your behavior character, you see Yadam deity, so what does it work? Without compassion, it's then your power you utilize for harm others. Yeah, it's have a lots of histories, so we should be very much careful. But first, we are going to learn. We think, oh, they are very small, and no more benefit. That is a little misunderstand. If you think if you are not think like that, I'm sorry. But some also I would like to sorry that someone already practice about slumrums and then they see they practice these yadams and they see yadams and experience. Definitely there are many Dharma brothers sisters. I am not talking to you like this way, but if some this expect only to see the yadams, but without change any behavior or character, this is a mistake. If I do that, that is my mistakes. If you do that, this is your mistake. So this mistake means it suffer ourselves. Okay, for that reasons. So we are going to change our behavior, character, which means we stopped to cultivate these 10 non-virtues. If we cannot stop completely at one time, we step by step will try to reduce, and then we develop or cultivate virtues. Because we all do not need suffering. Of the three types of result, the rapid result is rebirth in hell. if we are bodhisattvas, one person engaged this non-virtuous, directly it's kind of hard to say, we cannot bear. It's quite hard to accept that. For example, one person engaged this non-virtuous, yeah? And what do we think? We don't think that person, oh, he or she make this mistake. We are not think like that. Directly what we imagine is hell. Oh, he or she is our brother or sister. So now it's engaged non-virtuous. It's really feel compassion, and sooner or later will experience hell realm. So hell realm means rapid result in the rebirth in the hell. Rebirth means not only, it does not mean only you have to die and then have to rebirth, yeah? Which means hell means actually suffering, the common name of suffering. So sooner or later suffer. That's why we don't need it. We don't need it. The corresponding result is that even if you reborn human, you will be separated from friends. Oh, we all need friends. When we say, hello, Dharma brothers, sisters, that means we need. Yeah? I'm sorry, we don't say Dharma enemies or something like that. So that we don't need. We need or don't need, that means we are not Dharmakaya yet. I mean, we are not on the stage of Dharmakaya. We have, it is nature, but we are not on this stage. So that's where still we have hope and fear. So when we have hope and fear, then we fear the sufferings, and we hope we will be happy, or we hope we have some happiness. So, but perhaps something, oh, this is a very lower teachings. There's no hope, there's no far. Okay, this is the momentarily we can stay on this stage. But tomorrow or hours later or after meditated, it's quite hard. That means we have imprinting of this hope and fear. So we did not purify it. That's why we cultivate to purify this ground of hope and fear. Okay, the dominant result is a bird in a place where the landscape is erratic and dangerous. Yeah, some places always have natural disasters, earthquake, and so forth. So many beings are there. It doesn't talk only human beings. Now here particularly I focus to talk a person or people. That means now we understand each other's, because we have precious human life. But the same suffering, some bugs, birds, some places, some natural disasters, how many animals they experience the hell or experience sufferings, you see? Some compassionate people went there and they protect and save their lives, but they cannot save all of them, because it's also related. There are different karmas. The worst instance among such divisive speech, its act is the precious act of causing schisms in the Sangha. Okay, so that why? Because we are as this morning I called it Uttatantaras. So we all have Buddha nature. So fundamentally, we are same. We are emptiness. However, fundamentally, we all emptiness. So that's why we are same. And then we are second is we are sentient beings. So we are same. We are not different. And then we are human beings. So we are same. And then we are one Buddha's followers. 24,000 scriptures or millions of Vajrayana teachings, they all taught by a single person or single Buddha who is Shakyamuni Buddha. He taught different ways. He taught Vajrayana teachings. At that time, he was being as Sambhogakaya. Now Shakyamuni Buddha is being as Dharmakaya. When Shakyamuni Buddha taught us this Suttarayana teachings, he was being as Nirmanakaya, like a Sangha. So we are practice same teaching, and we all have same purpose, that liberate suffering and liberate from suffering ocean of samsara. And to attain Buddhahood. That's why we have the same purpose. Especially we have samaya. If you are upasaka or you have liberate vow, then we call it outside vows. And then if you have Buddhist Safa's vow, we call it inside vows. And then if you have Vajrayana vows, we call secret vows. So these three vows, or one of these vows combined us, we have special relationship. So we all now we are together because of great collective karmas. We all great Dharma practitioners. And then next life or another life, we all being together in the Tushita or some Pure Land. At that time, we all become Bodhisattvas and Bodhisattvas. So that's where we all we have a special connection. So we should be very much keep our good relation. So, for example, this flower is come from one root. Yeah, and then it's also only in small ways they have little different branches, but they all have one root and one they grow through one streak or those. So if we this flower has maybe 4 petals or 6 petals or 8 petals. If one of these fall, then this flower does not remain as beauty like right now. That's where if we destroy one sangha, then it's the how to say. Sorry, this actually example is not so suitable. But if we divide a sangha, then it affect many sanghas, and it affect many lives, which means they break the length of enlightenment. They break their samaya. They break the samaya length, because of you, because you use this device of speech. So that's where we are going to be careful about that. Wandering speech is of three types: direct, insinuated, or via third parties. Yeah. So wandering speech, actually if we can benefit to others, it's better to say more. Better to say more. But if our speech does not benefit more to others, keep silence is a great benefit. That means how much you say, then this karmic wind comes with your thoughts, come to your tarot. And from tarot, they created, these thoughts and the winds created different negative, this meaningless speech. So then you say how much meaningless speech, they created again and again and again and again. So that's where we cultivated lots of negative karmas, yeah? But if we cannot benefit others through our speech, then being silence. Then being silence means actually we stop to talk, yeah? But the main thing is it stop to create the many thoughts which related our speech. It's possible there are different other thoughts, but not about communications or this negative speech or so forth. So, yeah. Okay, today we stop here, and please, if you have this text, read more, and you understand more than I explained. If you don't have this book, if you listen carefully, the part of I read, the reading part, then it's not so hard to understand, actually, not so difficult to understand. So if you listen single-pointedly, this is your great meditation. Before, I also don't know that is part of a meditation, but it is meditation. Okay, and may we collect all the virtues, and then we dedicate. And what we talk today about: don't kill, don't steal, don't sexual misconduct, don't use divisive speech and meaningless speech. So particularly we dedicate that. Today's our listen merit of your that you listen Dharma and what I talk, all of them combined with the Buddhas and all masters' teachings, and through this merit, may all beings not engage to killing and stealing and sexual misconduct and so forth. Okay. Chancho sem jo rembo je ma je ba na je je ba nyam ba me ba ya ko ne gong de be ba jo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time.